Hey TechKnowSurge, you made it to the end of the course, and great on you because most people don't complete what they started. But you are a finisher, so great on you for that. I'm going to do a quick review over some of the stuff that we covered throughout this course. We started out this course looking at some different storage devices. What are some of the different storage devices out there? And we covered some of the details of what different storage devices look like, and some of the media that they use in order to save data. And we talked about those different storage devices on your computer and how they work together in order for your computer to function. We did get into a few details around hard disk drives and solid state drives. Then we got into my favorite module of the course, the storage media. How do we actually save those bits? For instance, the punch card, those little holes in the punch card and how we were to actually read data from those punch cards. Or write data to some sort of magnetic strip or some sort of magnetic disc. And reading lasers from CDs and DVDs. And writing data to solid state storage. I love the physical aspect of these devices and how we actually store the data onto them. But then we also got into some more practical knowledge about how your operating system uses these storage devices. We talked about how your operating system has a big role in managing these devices. And we have these allocation tables and this other data that we track on these different files that we save to these devices. And we talked about things like journaling filing systems and how we can split up these devices into multiple partitions or volumes to better utilize the space. Then we started taking a look at it from more of a user perspective. What are these files and what are file attributes? So we got into things like metadata, keeping data about data, and how there are these things called attributes that we can turn on and off. So if we want to hide a file or if we want to encrypt a file, we can use these file attributes. And how extensions are used to identify what program is associated with a particular file. So that way when we double click that file, it automatically chooses the program that it will launch in. And keeping data safe has become a big priority. So we started talking about how do we keep data safe. And when it comes to safety, we want to keep things confidential, we want to keep a certain level of integrity, and we want to keep a certain level of availability. And how we use things like file and folder permissions on users and groups to be able to lock out those files and folders so certain people can't view them. And we got into encryption and how we use encryption both in data at rest and data in transit to help protect this data. And how we use things like redundancy to make sure that our data is remaining safe. And how backups are critical in the event that we actually lose data or data becomes corrupted. And we covered RAID and how RAID can be used to help protect our data and our disks. And there are times that we want our files and folders to be shared across multiple devices or with multiple users. And so we got into accessing data. So we got into how to share out files and folders from your computer. We also talked about what a file server is, what a network attached storage is, what is cloud storage. We even got into what a database is and how it differs quite a bit from these different file servers and file sharing technologies. So I hope you really enjoyed the course. I just find it really fascinating how we can take these little ones and zeros and store it on this different media. And I hope you enjoyed going through the content as much as I enjoyed pulling it together for you.